Hey guys, so you're probably wondering why my shirt's off right now, and it's simply because I'm going to take you through some body measurements. A lot of people get worried when they see the scale staying the same weight, but if you're doing strength training, you could be gaining muscle and losing fat. So you're getting that body of that superhero you desire, but the scale can't tell you exactly what's happening because it only tells you the total weight. It doesn't tell you how much muscle mass is on that, how much water's on that, and how much fat's on that. So to help give us a little bit more accurate guidance of what's happening, here's some simple body measurements you can take on yourself, because if your waist to hip ratio is going down and your bicep and your thigh is getting bigger, well, you're building muscle and losing fat. So there's 4 simple areas I want you to take. If you can't do these all alone, that's fine. Just try and do as many as possible. But the first one you want to take is simply your waist, basically, which is going to be your navel or your belly button, the easiest way. The 2 ways to describe it is your belly button or the widest part of your stomach. Now, I don't want you guys to get too caught up on thinking you have to find the exact position on the body. What matters more is consistency. So if you have landmarks that can help you remember where you measured last time, that's what matters, because we want to have the same spot being measured each time to track change. If you accidentally measure like above your navel this time and below your navel next time, that's already inaccurate. So just remember and write down where you do it. So what you want to do is just take your tape measure, put it around yourself when it's nice and freezing like that, and then it comes around, find the spot. So I'm going to use the top of my navel as my guidance. Come around, relax, and find out the number. So cool, we got 87 on my stomach, right? And then you're going to do your hips. So your hips, your waist to hip ratio is a very good marker of how healthy or how likely you are for longevity in life, because obviously as males we store it on our stomach. So if your stomach's larger than your hips, you're in a little bit of trouble. So through this program we're going to help reduce that. So your hips is simple. It's the widest point, probably easy from the side if you've got a partner to help do it. It's basically the widest part of where your butt sticks out. So it's not up on here where you're taking your waist measurement, where your belt sits. It's actually around that booty. So you want to have the tape measure around your booty, make sure it's nice and flat and that it's not moving around all. And now we've got 102. So ideally you want that measurement to be a lot larger than your stomach measurement, because that means you're in a healthier state. They're the first 2 simple ones. Now to track your limbs, we're going to do our thighs. So the simple thing is, you roughly want, if you're trying to go as best as possible, midway between your kneecap and your hip bone up the top here. Midway between those 2 points, meet along there, and then try and find yourself a landmark. If you've got 2 legs off, you always have 2 legs. If you've got a freckle or something on one leg that's roughly midway around your thigh, that's an awesome reference point. So on this leg, I got myself a nice freckle right about here. So I'm like, let's measure this leg, because that's going to make it easier for myself every time I do it, because I can just write down in my notes that I go around my leg and then I measure it up with this freckle on my leg. So I go around there and we come out, and you want to try and find roughly the widest part, 59.5, 60. So 60 is what I'm going to put down in my measurement. Now the next one can be tricky on your own. If you can get it done by a partner, it's going to save you a hassle, but I'll show you how you can attempt to do it on your own. So you've got to try and do your bicep. So midway between your elbow and your shoulder. Again, a landmark helps. As you can see on me, I've got a nice vein that sits pretty much the middle of my bicep all the time, so I'm just going to put the tape measure over that, because that's going to be easy for me to remember every single time. You can go out of your way if you want, and you've got the partner to be super accurate, and what you do is you can measure on your limbs the distance between your elbow to your shoulder, measure halfway, and always measure at that halfway point if you want to be super, super accurate. But the landmark is a nice, quick and easy way that doesn't make this take a lot of time. So as you can see, it's going to be a little bit tricky on your own. Basically just try and get the tape measure around your arm, get it on that point that you always want to measure, and you've got to make sure that you don't twist it. So as you can see, this is quite fiddly on your own, but it is possible. So we get there, make sure it's nice and taut. We come around, we line it up, and we get 33, alright? 33 is your number. So that's how you can take your body measurements and keep track. Obviously over time, you want your waist to be coming down, hopefully your hips too as well if you're larger, but if not, hips going up because you're getting bigger glutes, stronger legs, bigger thighs, bigger arms, but you want that waist to be coming down. So it's a nice, easy measurement, another tool that just gives a better idea that's what's happening with your body. So I'm going to attach an Excel sheet below, just click the download button, and you can track your weights and your body measurements from week 1, week 4, week 8, and week 12, just like you do with your photos. You can put it in more often. I've given you the choice to do it every 2 weeks if you want to keep these measurements more intact, but minimal every 4 weeks, guys. So that's how to track your body measurements. So I want to see you guys get measuring. See you next time.